You guys know what this represents? Well, maybe it's the calm before the storm.
What's the storming?
Could be the calm before the storm.
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Today I've come to talk about our nation's efforts to address this vital issue to the health and the safety of all Americans. I'm here to discuss our strategy to prevent and protect the American people from a possible outbreak.
The President's made perfectly clear that our number one priority is, in the event of a pandemic, is to save lives. The President has a plan to do just that.
First, we must detect outbreaks that occur anywhere in the world. Second, we must protect the American people by stockpiling vaccines and antiviral drugs and improve our ability to rapidly produce new vaccines against a pandemic strain.
We need to have a surveillance plan that allows us to identify when an incident has occurred in the world. The sooner we know, the more quickly and more adequately we can respond.
We thought it would be irresponsible not to take on the pandemic planning effort to make sure that whenever it is, under whatever president's watch, that as a nation we're better prepared because it's the right thing to do. It can't be avoided.
The pandemic is unlike other natural disasters. Outbreaks can happen simultaneously in hundreds or even thousands of locations at the same time. And unlike storms or floods, which strike in an instant and then recede, a pandemic can continue spreading destruction in repeated waves that can last for a year or more. And one day, many lives could be needlessly lost because we failed to act today.
The movement was begun 8 months ago by a small group of scientists who discovered, quite by accident, these signals being sent through.
And so, if everything goes perfectly with the RNA approach, we could actually beat the 18 months.
We tell parents about getting their kids vaccinated. Measles, I'm the measles. Tell parents about vaccinations. They have to get the shot. The vaccinations are so important. This is really going around now. They have to get their shots.
The poor and the underclass are growing. Racial justice and human rights are non-existent. They have created a repressive society, and we are their unwitting accomplices.
To be here at my last, and perhaps the last, White House Correspondents' Day. You all look great. The end of the Republic has never looked better.
First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. Let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Over the next 10 years, to make it the year of the vaccines, what does that mean exactly?
Well, over this decade, we believe unbelievable progress can be made, both inventing new vaccines and making sure they get out to all the children who need them. We could cut the number of children who die every year from about 9 million to half of that if we have success on it. And the benefits there in terms of reducing sickness, reducing the population growth, if we have success on it. And the benefits there in terms of reducing sickness, reducing the population growth. And so, the people who go and engage in those anti-vaccine efforts, they kill children. It's a very sad thing because these vaccines are important. And so, the people who go and engage in those anti-vaccine efforts, they kill children. It's a very sad thing because these vaccines are important. So Melinda and I wondered whether providing new medicines and keeping children alive, would that create more of a population problem? What we found out is that as health improves, families choose to have less children. And this effect is very, very dramatic. We find that in every country of the world, this is repeated. The population growth goes down as we improve health. So we've taken that chart that shows the global population growth, and we've actually extended it out all the way to 2100. And we can see that instead of continuing, it actually flattens out. Another way to see that is through this rate of population growth. And you can see that in the 60s, that reached a pretty high number, over 2% per year, and it's now come way, way down. Now, 11 billion people, still a lot, but the good news is that the faster we improve health, the faster family size goes down.
Their intention to rule rests with the annihilation of consciousness. We have been lulled into a trance.
Its task will be to develop an overall strategy for America in this period when really a new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity. It isn't just a crisis.
They have made us indifferent to ourselves, to others. We are focused only on our own gain.
The crisis in the Persian Gulf, as grave as it is, also offers a rare opportunity to move toward an historic period of cooperation. Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge, a new era, freer from the threat of terror, stronger in the pursuit of justice, and more secure in the quest for peace. An era in which the nations of the world, East and West, North and South, can prosper and live in harmony. 100 generations have searched for this elusive path to peace, while 1,000 wars raged across the span of human endeavor. And today that new world is struggling to be born. A world quite different from the one we've known. A world where the rule of law supplants the rule of the jungle. A world in which nations recognize the shared responsibility for freedom and justice. A world where the strong respect the rights of the weak. This is the vision that I shared with President Gorbachev in Helsinki. He and other leaders from Europe, the Gulf, and around the world understand that how we manage this crisis today could shape the future for generations to come.
They are safe as long as they are not discovered. That is their primary method of survival. Keep us asleep, keep us selfish, keep us sedated.
These people.
This is stupid. Get your kids vaccinated.
Get your kids vaccinated.
Get your kids vaccinated.
Get your kids vaccinated or lose my number.
Get your kids vaccinated.
Have you gotten your flu shot, anybody? Yeah? You can literally get them anywhere now. You can get a flu shot at the mall. I think that's the same lady from Claire's with the ear piercing gun. We should give flu shots here in the riffraff room. Yeah. I never got a flu shot growing up. I was raised Christian Science, and if you don't know what that means, we didn't believe in medicine. We didn't go to doctors. We couldn't even wear Dr. Scholl's. I couldn't even have that. Yeah. That's long. Stop! Okay, wait.
All right. Hey, it's flu season once again. And here to give us our annual flu shot is the best pediatrician on earth, Dr. Greg Hippoliter. Nervous, he's not big on flu shots. He's heard about all the myths. There's so many myths, you know.
Right. Well, the big myth, of course, is that the flu vaccine will give you the flu.
Everybody says it.
That is not true.
Are you
Definitely
sure?
not true.
Because I thought I felt something after I got it one time.
It's going to be fine.
Okay. Everybody should get the flu shot. Anyone 6 months and above should get the flu shot.
Dr. Greg, is that they're working on a vaccine that could protect you from the flu for 5 to 10 years.
That is absolutely true. They're working on the holy grail of flu vaccines. That's absolutely true. We're not quite there yet. But really, Ryan, think about it. When you get the vaccine, 1 or 2 days of a little soreness, okay, little achiness. If you don't get the flu shot, 10 days, high fever, coughing, body ache, severe headache,
I'm soaked.
out of work for 2 weeks. Very good. And then breathe out and relax, and there's our vaccine, and that is already done and finished.
Yeah.
Rub a little bit like that. Excellent. What a great patient.
What a great
See how easy that
Try
is,
to
Ryan?
remember.
More for throwing up in, not yours.
By the way, you don't even feel it.
Flu shots. Now everybody's suddenly getting a flu shot. You get flu shots at Dwayne Reed. I mean, they have flu. Like you go to McDonald's, they're giving out flu shots. I want medicine.
Okay,
I want modern medicine.
Shot.
I'm going to get a flu shot, and I'm going to get it right now. Am I going to get the flu from the shot? No.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Doc, you're not a doctor. Lady in the audience is like, yes. So you won't get the flu.
Well, if you have the flu in you, like you said, you probably will get a little sick.
Okay.
Because the vaccination decreases your immune system a little bit.
Okay. You recommend everybody should get a flu shot?
Absolutely, absolutely, especially this year.
This year, especially because it's a really bad one?
Yep.
We were,
There you go.
Not the 70s anymore. This vaccine's a lot safer.
Look, I know the vaccine's safer, and I am informed, but I'm just lazy, okay? I'll get to it.
You should get it right now.
I said I'll get to it.
You know, a lot of people don't get the flu vaccine until their friends get sick, and it's too late. Hit me. I don't even feel this. Oh, feels good.
We mix it up and try something new. So roll up your sleeves, Hollywood, because you're all getting flu shots. You know you wore a sleeveless down for a reason.
Hey, shot. Excuse me, ma'am. You're definitely going to want to get the flu.
These nurses are all licensed professionals straight from the Rite Aid in Echo Park.
And look, if you're an anti-vaxxer, just put a napkin over your head and we'll skip you.
You're welcome, you guys.
First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. Let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Over the next 10 years, to make it the year of the vaccines, what does that mean exactly?
Well, over this decade, we believe unbelievable progress can be made, both inventing new vaccines and making sure they get out to all the children who need them. We could cut the number of children who die every year from about 9 million to half of that if we have success on it. And the benefits there in terms of reducing sickness, reducing the population growth, if we have success on it. And the benefits there in terms of reducing sickness, reducing the population growth. And so, the people who go and engage in those anti-vaccine efforts, they kill children. It's a very sad thing because these vaccines are important. And so, the people who go and engage in those anti-vaccine efforts, they kill children. It's a very sad thing because these vaccines are important.